Hi, hello. Today we're going to be talking about Takehina from Tokyo Revengers. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about Hina because this is going to be about why I dislike the ship. I won't be mentioning Mikey. I won't be mentioning Mikey and Takemichi. I'll only be mentioning Takemichi and Hina because I know I'm biased when it comes to this if I bring in Mikey. Y'all know that I like him and Mikey more than him and Hina, but there are reasons that the ship falters that don't have to do with Mikey and Takemichi's relationship just being more in depth. I posted this as a thread on Twitter a while ago, but I decided I want to talk about it on here. The first thing we have to talk about when it comes to Takehina as a ship is Hina and her underdevelopment. Someone said it in my CC, and I think this is the best way to put it. She was written for Takemichi. By the way, this was meant to be a thing where it's saying Hina's meant for Takemichi, but like, she's literally just like written for Takemichi. She's not written as a character herself, and that's where it lies. Like, the issues lie. Like, we don't see her goals, we don't see her struggles, we don't see her friends other than people that like Takemichi knows. Her family besides her dad and Naoto, because her dad doesn't like her with Takemichi, and Naoto is going in the past with Takemichi. So they're like, the people we see are just related to Takemichi, and I get that he's the main character, and I get that things are from his point of view most of the times, but like, we know more about South. We know more about South than we know about Hina. Audience participation, what about Hina do we know that isn't related to Takemichi in some way? You can go first. This is a microphone. Yeah, that's a big fat fucking nothing. And the thing is, the way Hina's written makes the ship overall kind of suffer. A good ship, in my opinion, has two very equal characters, or two characters who both are good on their own, and then together they're just better. Or characters that parallel each other in some type of way, or contradict each other in some type of way. Like in Spectra, how Iwanaga and Kuro are kind of like literally meant for each other with how their powers are. It's just, the ship needs to have like an equal partnership, right? And you can't really do that with Takehina because Hina's written like literally around Takemichi. There's no like Hina. It's just like a blob of her whole self is about Takemichi. Like, we see Hina confessing to Takemichi. We see Hina supporting Takemichi. We see Hina wanting to marry Takemichi. But we don't see Takemichi support her in any way. We don't see her outside of that relationship in any way. And like, in comparison to other ships that people don't like, or other ships people criticize, like Sasusaku and Naruhina. When it comes to Naruhina, I could see that that's not the best example, but at least with that ship, Hinata has like some type of personality outside of Naruto. We know that she's a shy person. We know that she's friends with Kiba, and we know that she's part of a clan, the Hyuga clan, and that's why her eyes are that way. Like, we have things about her that aren't connected to Naruto in some type of way. With Sakura is a better example because people dislike Sasusaku, but Sakura has her own personality outside of Sasuke. We have her being one of the strongest shinobi. We have her training with Lady Tsunade, and like, while she's not on the same level as Naruto and Sasuke because they both have like crazy fucking curses and powers and whatever, she's one of the strongest shinobi in Konoha or whatever. The reason why I'm mentioning these is because Hina just doesn't like live up to those characters, and even those characters are said to be written poorly. Like, Wakui doesn't like girls that well in general, but the main girl, the like love interest, should have some. I vaguely remember someone mentioning that Hina wanted to be a teacher, and we know that she did martial arts, but like, these things are mentioned so little in the story that like, I don't even know if I'm right saying that. And I think beyond this, beyond Hina being not the most three-dimensional character, Takemichi isn't the best MC when it comes to development. We don't know his past. We don't know his family. We don't know anything like that. And a lot of people had issues with that being, you know, the case at the end of Tokyo Revengers. I don't know how I feel about Takemichi not having much of a past. Both characters are underdeveloped in certain areas. The thing is, Hina's character is just underdeveloped and circled around Takemichi, so whatever. Not to mention Takemichi's lack of interest. Like, we see him with other girls multiple times. We have him with Emma. We passed him with Emma and he wakes up at that point, blah, blah, blah. We have him not hesitating to be with some, like, prostitute. We have him with Senju, which, I mean, some people say that it's seen as romantic. Some people don't. People who think that it's romantic all say, like, whatever ship can't be real because it's gay. Okay, well, you're either saying that Takemichi is cheating on Hina, or you're saying that Takehina is, like, not a good ship, whatever. And, like, we don't see him support Hina in any way in comparison to her supporting him all the time. And then we have specifically in Bone 10, where Takemichi leaves Hina and, like, dies 3 days before their wedding. Like, if you really had an interest in this person, why would you go somewhere that dangerous when you're about to get married? Why would you cry about another person when you see your person in their wedding dress or wedding gown or whatever. Another audience participation question. Well, name one time where Takemichi chooses Hina over like every single other person. I can answer this no fucking time. One other thing I'm gonna bring up for like a very short period of time is the fact that a lot of people who like the ship only like it because one, it's canon, and two, it's a straight ship in comparison to the other strong relationships in Tokyo Revengers, which are all men. But the thing is, Wakui writes men better, so like the reason why a lot of people ship them together is because Wakui just writes the guys better. Like, we know more about South than we know about Hina, come on. I think that's it for now. I'll be back next time to talk about global warming. I'm just kidding. Leave your comments below, like us, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Goodbye.